जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad Punjab Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो
It was a lowish total for Rajasthan to chase, and I'll tell you the innings progression. The first 10 overs was, hey, I think you're taking it too easy. Then the next 5 overs were, I hope they don't botch it. And the last 5 overs were, oh my God, they've almost botched it. And then the last 3 balls was, oh, they got home. Roughly speaking, it was that. This is Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, Simon Doull and Adam Gilchrist. Jeez, Gilly, that was close.
That was tight. Well, they've, I think, every game for Punjab this year has gone to the last over.
Yeah. They're good for the ratings.
They are, but the competition probably needed them to get the points, didn't it?
Yeah.
But they fought really, really well. They defended well. They were in the game right up until with 3 balls to go, but Hetmeyer got that one away. Yeah. I think Sam Curran's captaincy, I don't know whether I'm giving it a 50-50, where some of it was really exceptional, quite exceptional in some of the decision making, and then there was other areas. So he went to Rabada when they needed to make impact, and he bowled him out by the 14th over. Yeah. And in that 14th over, he got a wicket. And so there was some good strategy in that regard. He looked pretty calm throughout the innings, but then when he came on himself, he bowled, and Dooley, you picked up on it really beautifully while you were watching, about just having a strategy to Powell out wide and going across, but you've got to have a field that supports that strategy, and that probably released the handbrake a bit.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I love the strategy. I love some, if you've got a plan to a certain batter, that's fine, but you've got to have a field set that backs it up. Robin Powell is never going to hit you from that far outside off stump to mid-wicket. And if he does, fair play to him, because he's got to take a risk. When you're bowling full and wide, and you don't have an extra cover on the boundary, he's got to have 4 men on the boundary. I mean, Harshal Patel's, the one before was awful. Yeah. Just awful. There's only one place you bowl to Shimron Hetmeyer, full and wide or pace off and wide. Yeah. You never get near his stump. So Harshal bowled an awful last couple of deliveries, to be fair. But the strategy's fine, but you've got to back it up with your field set. And I'm with you, because at times he looked calm. Yeah. He looked nice and calm, Sam Curran, at times, but they just get the field wrong so often when they get the strategy right.
Yeah, you're doing the tough work, which is bowling the correct line and length. Yeah. But then you don't have the guy placed to actually maximize and optimize that line and length. Well, it was actually Rajasthan who won the toss. They put Punjab into bat. In fact, Punjab said that they would have liked to bowl as well, right? And you could tell, because their heart was not in the first 10 overs of the batting for sure. They were not going well. I think they were 53 for 4 at that time. Regard action, impact sub. Ashutosh Sharma comes in and again makes an impact. Hey, geez, it's in the name. He's got to do it, and he did. Jitesh got a few runs. Liam Livingston also made a bit of an impact. Took them to close to 150. The Rajasthan bowlers were on the money, especially their spinners. Chahal has got that purple cap, sewn on solid to his head. And Keshav Maharaj was really good, playing his second game for Rajasthan, and he picked up 2 and went for under a run a ball. And then when Rajasthan came out to bat, well, they tried an experiment up top. They tried an experiment because Joss Butler not available today, so Yashasvi Jaiswal opening with Tanush Kotian, who Dooley, interestingly, we found out, was playing way above his qualification, right? He hasn't batted above 8 in a T20, hasn't batted above 4. That's the highest in any Ranji, any domestic game. So I like this from Rajasthan. I like it. Again, it's a good strategy. You blood youngsters, throw them into the deep end. Yeah. But maybe the message to him was not clear, because you can't play 1/4 of the innings and get less than a run a ball.
He just needed to be aggressive. If he was sent out there to do a job, he needed to be aggressive. And it's hard for a young man. I mean, look, he's batting at 8 and 9 in the Ranji Trophy. Scored over 500 runs, 502 runs at 42. Yeah. Batting at 8 and 9 in the Ranji Trophy. Took 29 wickets at 16 and change in the Ranji Trophy. Yeah. Player of the tournament. Obviously a very talented cricketer, but that's 4-day cricket. Yeah. It's, probably 25 people watching.
Yeah, it's quieter. It's quieter.
It's not in this environment, and it's tough, you know. And at times he looked a little bit out of his depth. At times, but you know, if he's sent out there with a message, that's fine to go and sort of anchor the innings. Okay, maybe he was. We don't know. But I would like to have seen him be a little more aggressive, I think.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to know what the messaging was from the senior team leadership, the captain, the coach, because it's a tough one for a young player like Jaiswal, who's having his own little issues at the other end, trying to just feel his way back into touch and results and into the tournament, really, for him to be making that assessment once players started. And a more experienced player might have come down and said, OK, mate, we need you to go now. So we're speculating on what was said, but in the end, it didn't cost them. But for a long period there, it looked like maybe that was going to be the thing that held them up tonight.
Yeah, it did look like they'd have to pay a very heavy price for that experiment and for going in general slow in the first 10, because they were ahead in terms of score from where Punjab was. But bear in mind, Punjab had a big finish. They got runs and they got hits from a lot of people down the end. But that bit again, you see the power play 43 without losing a wicket. 43 is a very low power play. Simon Doull very upset, very happy because his guess came correct. He was thinking it would be a low power play, so he moves up that chart. But 7 to 10 again, just 23. Yashasvi Jaiswal trying to find his way around as well. So them with, that 66 was not looking good with just one wicket down at the end of 10.
Some brilliant bowling, though. I mean, it's got to be said that I think, when we talked about Sam Curran's captaincy, Rabada was superb, absolutely superb tonight. And through the middle, I thought they bowled really nicely. And it just showed that there probably was, if you think about maybe a 155, 160 surface, wasn't it? Wasn't. Certainly wasn't the 170, 180. And they'll be kicking themselves. They just didn't get a few more on the board from that top order, Punjab, I think, because anything above that 155, 160... they'd have had every chance.
Could have been a winning total. Just since you did touch upon Kagiso Rabada and their bowlers, Rabada, geez, weigh him in gold tonight, huh? That was good. That was good as gold.
It was outstanding. He continues to turn up. He's been a little bit unfortunate. I don't like the word unlucky in any language, but he's been a little bit on the wrong side of a few little things throughout the tournament, but he got his reward tonight and he did keep it alive for them, really. I mean, look at those stats. They do jump out at you as the standout performer. And not only that, he goes out into the deep and takes great catches. He's the modern fast bowler. He's the modern athlete. It's progressed a little bit since guys like you were running around out deep
a lot. Don't need to say a little bit, quite a lot.
No, but when they're value adding, that's why he's a marquee player, isn't he? When they value add like that, and I like his calmness. So that's one of the big positives to come out of it. But they'll be frustrated on being on the wrong side of the ledger again.
What was he doing right for you in terms of he was doing a lot right today? But
what have we seen in this tournament? The best fast bowlers we've seen have just bowled a hard length. It's what's been the key, because players are so adept at getting deep in the crease, hitting the sort of the fuller balls backward a point, working them leg side, playing those ramps and scoops. Pat Cummins has been brilliant.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. Just bowling that proper hard test length. Yep. And Rabada does it as well as anyone. And I think they're the successful paces that we've seen so far in this tournament. If you're going to hit me, you're going to have to hit me off my length. And he's got skills to just take pace off the Sanju Samson delivery.
Yep.
Just rolled his fingers a little bit, didn't he, on that one, to take pace off and just held in the surface a touch, and Sanju was through the shot. So to me, it's just that good hard length and
top of off.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I reckon it's an outstanding point, and it makes me. I know we're talking about Rabada, but a prime example of that is if you want to go back and have a look at Cummins getting Johnny Bairstow.
Yeah. Exactly.
The last game. Yeah. Just go back and have a look at that. Top of off. You get in a bowlers in the team meeting with Glenn McGrath in any form of cricket, and all these theories would go all around, and then the captain would say, any last word, anyone, pigeon, anything, go, top of off. The occasional good bouncer. And that was it. And that's what McGrath delivered. Yeah. And so it's a really good point. And we've seen that, and Rabada's in the upper echelon in fast bowling in this tournament, and he's summed it up really well.
We spoke last season so much about Mohammad Shami doing that, and that's why he ended up with 28 wickets as well. So the good fast bowlers are getting that done. Well, today was a big test for Yashasvi Jaiswal. 63 runs in 5 innings till now. So obviously Rajasthan was looking at him. He's far better than that, and I think it wasn't an issue of getting runs from him because they were getting the wins. I think the issue was more you don't want his confidence to suffer, right? So today, even though his confidence won't be sky high because he hasn't played a Jaiswal innings, the good thing is he's stuck around. So we didn't get that quality, but you got the quantity.
Yeah, got through the power play for the first time this season. So that's a little. You got to take these little wins, and especially when you're under the pump and under pressure. And I think Gilly, the ball was right. He tried to hit the right shot. He just toe-ended it.
Yeah.
It was short, it was wide, and if he hits that in the middle of the bat, which he does do probably 9 times out of 10, it sails out of the park. He just managed to toe-end it down to a wideish third. So it was better.
It's a harsh judge that says you should have done something different with that shot.
Yeah.
I mean, and it wasn't a surface. We saw that from everyone in the first 15 overs of both innings. It wasn't a surface that you could go in there and just start whacking it and the ball wasn't coming on. At the back end of any 2020 innings, last 4 or 5 overs, we expect all the aggression and the power to come through and the risk and so on. But so no, I think you summed it up, GK, really well. It's not sky-high confidence, certainly a step in the right direction.
Yeah, he's moved in the right direction. If you have a look at the batting card, I don't think that Rajasthan at the halfway mark would have thought that they'll need all these batters to get across 147, right?
I don't think so, but I mean, you look at Jaiswal's good innings, 39 off 28, but Shimron Hetmeyer, that's the finisher's job.
Yep.
That, 27 off 10, 270. Yes, he got some balls in his arc and in his area, but you still got to hit him out of the park. You've still got to have the power and the wherewithal and the calm and composure to do that under pressure when your team needs you to do it. Because, to be honest with you, Trent Boult, I mean, you're into the bowlers.
Yeah.
You were genuinely into the bowler, so he had to do the job. And Maharaj, no problem with that. We talked about it in the green room, Gilly. He had a free hit.
That was a free hit,
He had to go. It was a free hit for him because Hetmeyer had to be on strike for the last over and had to face all 6 deliveries.
Yeah.
So Maharaj, swing for the bleachers. If you get out, you get out. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and what he's done is you go down that innings and you say, nobody's really middled it. No one's looked fluent. It was the same thing with Punjab. And with Punjab, it was Ashutosh who did that, 200 kind of strike rate innings in the end, which took them. And Shimron Hetmeyer had to do that job here, Gilly.
Yeah, and did it well. Two balls in particular, the one that closed it out, and the one from Harshal Patel, the last ball of his spell, that one just on the hip. But he's been sitting watching a lot of batting. Hetmeyer hasn't been out there doing a lot, so through the tournament, just huge amounts of it. So to go out there and just click the fingers like that, be switched on enough to do it, all credit to him.
Yeah, a little disappointed that Dhruv Jurel got his opportunity today. He'll be a little disappointed with himself because he's not been getting chances to bat and he wants to throw his hat into the ring for, the World Cup. Jitesh Sharma as well. So both of them today will be kind of ruining the lost chance of really dominating the batting. Yeah,
Jurel in particular just looked very scratchy. Wasn't a fluent innings. And I know, and we talked about it a little bit, it certainly wasn't one of those surfaces where you could come in and just hit through the line and be comfortable. The odd ball was holding. It wasn't an easy paced pitch, so not easy to come in and start. That's why someone had to try and sort of carry the bat or bat through the innings. Once you're in, it becomes a little bit easier. Certainly not easy. So he just didn't really look fluent and didn't ever get going today, Jurel. Jitesh was okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay in that innings of his, but Dhruv Jurel, no.
So I've got a little stat from my producer here. What is this though? What have you sent me? What is this?
Hope it's about the cricket.
He just told me, can you wrap this up? I have a date. I was like, what? Really? You do? Saturday night? Come on, we're working here. But here's the thing. Even though it looked really close, and Dooley, you've been tracking, we've been tracking Punjab and their death bowling especially, right? That formula is not working for them. Something is up and the formula is not working. So when they require less than 10 and over in the back 5, you're always kind of backing Rajasthan to get it.
Yeah, you are. But as I keep going back to it, the bowling coach will be pulling his hair out because it's just not. Harshal Patel was he the second most expensive Indian buy in the auction?
He was up there, yeah.
Right up the top, second or third most expensive Indian buy in the auction, I think it was.
But pretty high.
And he was bought for that role. who's brought to bowl at the death. And if you don't know now how to bowl to Shimron Hetmeyer, well, you've been living under a rock. It's a no-brainer. You just take pace off and go wide, or you go wide hole, and you set a field accordingly. As soon as you get near off stump, he pelts you, leg side, and he goes. So, this is where, I'm sure the Boffins have told him where to bowl. He just hasn't executed. And so that would be my frustration. And with Arshdeep, look, he was expensive again today, but again, he got the first couple right.
Yeah.
Went wide, got them right, and then he went into the pads and got it wrong. You accept a wide. You actually accept a wide, even two wides, if they're only going for one and not going for boundaries. It's fine. You can bowl two wides in the over and a couple of dot balls and a couple of singles or twos, and you're fine. So just stick to that plan way out. So as soon as you get in close, you disappear.
Yeah, but Gilly, the margin of error for the bowlers is just become, are we just too harsh on them? Because the margin of error has become just so small.
Yeah, well, it has, particularly on most pitches. Again, this pitch wasn't one that was conducive to free-flowing stroke play. But, I thought he was going to get it done there for a moment, Arshdeep. And it's often, as a captain in this game, you're constantly talking to your bowlers throughout an innings. A bowler could go for 15 off and over early in the game, but you've got to go back to them and say, it doesn't matter, you could go for 30 off your first two, 40 off your first three, but you might have to bowl one good over for us. So it's about trying to manage their expectation that they haven't let the team down. And I thought that the way he executed those first couple, Arshdeep, in that last over, I thought, okay, he is on here. He knows that he can still make a contribution. He can win a game for your team, even with expensive figures. But that's the beauty for the bowlers, isn't it? Often the batters don't get that later opportunity. But it's margin for error in this day and age is, you're right, it's got smaller and smaller and smaller because of a whole lot of reasons, a lot of contributing factors.
Yeah, we obviously, it seems like we're being harsh on the Punjab bowlers because they've lost, but the fact is that with 147 on the board to defend, as much as the pitch helps you, you have to keep going hard for those 20 overs. And I think it'll be fair to admit that they got it right for the most part of it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They bowled really well for the most part. And, the thing was, at the halfway stage, we probably thought they didn't have enough runs.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking, Rajasthan are well and truly in front of the 8 ball here. They're well ahead of the game. And then all of a sudden, Punjab were back in the game, and I felt they were probably ahead of the game with 4 overs to go.
Yeah.
On a tough surface. They were probably ahead of the game. But you look at when those boundaries came as well. Last 2 balls of the over. Yeah. You go for 2 boundaries after bowling a pretty good over. And you just pick the wrong deliveries to bowl.
Yeah.
And again, Curran, just the wrong first 2 balls of the over with the wrong field. So you're going for the boundaries just at the wrong time. And I think that's the key. And again, down to batting, the 2 that Rodman Powell hit were just unbelievably hard. So, can you defend it with another fielder? Possibly, possibly not. But the boundaries just came at the wrong time with the wrong deliveries.
Yeah, just one last question on the chase though. When you're chasing something which is not, modern day T20, 147 is not a very challenging total. Do you sometimes, and Gilly, we spoke about this in the comm boxes, do you sometimes just tell yourself, okay, I've got 19 overs to do this. I don't want to take it to the last over because things got pretty cagey in that last over. It could have gone either way. And if Rajasthan had indeed botched this 147 run chase, I think they would have lost more than 2 points. They would have lost just a little up there.
Yeah, well, if they lost 2 in a row, all of a sudden that narrative continues, doesn't it? Oh, no, are we going back to 2023? So they've halted that, thankfully, but for Rajasthan Royals fans. I hear what you're saying, but I think, again, the surface, we keep going on, I think that was more at play. And some very decent defensive bowling and some strategy, but then they did enough. 2 points, that's sort of what I was focusing on. Just come away with 2 points.
Yeah.
Don't worry about anything else. And they got there.
Yeah, well, they left it. They got there by the skin of their teeth, but at the end of the day, that's all that matters, that they've got those 2 points. And remember, net run rate only comes into play if you're kind of stuck in that middle muddle. If you just fly away like a kite in the wind, They don't have to worry about the net run rate. And things are looking good for them, right? They've got 5 wins out of 6 games now. So they are tearing away. I think the only opposition, the only team they now have to worry about is Rajasthan themselves. Because they've done this before. They've gone away on this, they have this runaway train, and then it just goes too fast and it gets derailed like it did last season. So they will know this, and they will not get complacent despite getting 10 points. And they're just head and shoulders above everyone.
And they've won that tonight without 2 of their star players.
Yeah.
Josh Butler's out.
Yeah.
Ravi Ashwin's out.
Yeah.
It's so that's something they can take great confidence from as well.
Yeah, great point. There was, of course, some very cool moments in the match today. Let's discuss them. This is the Carrier Room Air Conditioner's coolest moment of the match. I'm going to go to Dooley and Gilly. Tell us what you thought. Start with Gilly, all right?
All right, okay.
Well,
I got first go last night.
Did you? I just thought we were all on the same boat, and I thought I'd give it to the keeper.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it is
skip.
Sanju Samson's run out
Yeah.
in that first innings. It was a brilliant, not just the way he affected it, moved his body, the technique, the skill, the match awareness, but the fact that it was Liam Livingstone
At
who
crucial
was
time.
about to go.
Yeah, crucial time.
Yeah.
As he
Pretty cool.
Just about to pull the ripcord. It was a brilliant bit of work. So I just couldn't disagree.
Yeah, neither can I. I think just what Sanju did was just really cool. The whole movement was really cool. The fact that he was a good 5 feet away, 6 feet away from the stumps and managed to hit the stumps, that was
And he had no idea whether he'd even run him out. Because he's sort of thrown it and he's not even, he had no idea where Livingston was, but it was just enough.
Yeah, it was one of those no-look throws, and he got it done. We've got a few tweets that have come in as well. Let's see what you, the fans, had to say about the cool moments. A win for Punjab, says Sagun. Could have made the points table look cool for the tournament, but now Rajasthan looks cool at the top. Yeah. The desert state needs it. So they're good with those 10 points sitting pretty at the top. Next one, we have another one. From Vijay saying, Sanju's, there you go. We have another one on our team. There you go. And Gilly said this, it resembles something from the Dhoni book of runouts. Absolutely. That was pretty cool. Another one, we have Chanpreet, who says, Ashutosh Sharma hitting that 6 of Yuzi Chahal. Okay, that was a good 6 as well. Excellent. So, plenty of cool moments, but I think it's not unanimous, but it's a good majority. It was Sanju with that run out. At this point in time, he'll be like, I got the 2 points, and even if I didn't, I'm cool, because he's a cool kind of guy. He just looks cool all the time. And you can send in your cool moments as well after the games finish tomorrow. But this was our Carrier Room Air Conditioner's coolest moment of the match. Plenty of coolness. Well, there's 2 cool games happening tomorrow. One that is happening in Lucknow in should I do it? The stadium?
Yeah, you go.
Go on, don't forget the tree.
I'll do it. Oh, it's not happening in Lucknow. Oh, they moved. Easy one. Oh, that's the easy one. It's happening at?
Where are they going to?
Calcutta.
Oh, okay.
It's up there, is it?
Eden.
No, that one.
Eden.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. The Garden of Eden. Something at the Garden of Eden tomorrow. And, has Calcutta not played in a while? It seems like the game against CSK was, how long back was that? That was quite a few days, because Lucknow
They've just played 4 games, haven't they?
Yeah, they're actually way back from everyone else.
Yeah.
And it's
everyone gets a break of about 4 or 5 days at some stage.
Yeah.
They've just had theirs early, I guess.
Yeah.
Was it 4 or 5 days ago?
They played on the 8th. Yeah. As well, and they're playing tomorrow, that's the 14th. So, that's a nice 6-day break. Yeah. No wonder you saw someone from the squad playing golf in Mumbai today,
I did.
Yes, it's some time off, man. Everybody takes it. Gujarat's got some as well. All the teams get it a little bit, and I think in those times, people just kind of scoot off home, and it's important in this tournament to just get refreshed and come back. Lucknow hasn't had any such luck. They were like, but it was 20 minutes ago that they played their last game, and they're playing the next one now. How much of that is kind of Lucknow carrying? How much do you think that's affecting them? What was their last game? Was Delhi, right? So Delhi, which was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday,
It was literally 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was that loss.
And then a flight, then travel up to Kolkata.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the challenge. All teams, like what you say, all teams have a little break throughout the tournament, but they all will rest assured that they'll have a little sequence of game on, travel, game on, travel.
Yeah.
So it's all part of the management. They look like they've been a happy unit. They'll be disappointed to go down to Delhi in the fashion that they did.
Yeah.
But, it's probably good for them to have a game straight away so they don't stop and dwell on it and go up there. Whereas KKR have had, as we've said, 5 or 6 days to think about their first loss. That happened down there at Chennai.
You don't want that.
They shouldn't feel too ashamed of going to Chennai and losing. There's been a few before them that's happened.
It's a big club.
You are not the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a big club there. And the points table, let's have a look where they are. The Knight Riders again near the top because they have won 3 and lost 1. Lucknow right behind them. So they're both in that 6-point muddle, so I like to call it. And one of them can steer clear of it tomorrow. Remember, if Calcutta can do it, they will be at 8 with a game in hand from the team above them, 2 teams below them. So it's going to be, they would want to get this win and also try to pull away. And Lucknow would not like them to do that. So with Lucknow, I think we don't have any news. Of course, Mayank Yadav, we're missing Mayank Yadav. I think that's going to be fast bowler. Well, it's going to be out for a while.
Side strains are normally, I think the good thing was he felt it without really pulling it. So maybe went off early enough to not do it completely. If he's done it completely, I think he's out for the tournament.
Oh, Lord.
Side strains are just so difficult to come back from in 3 to 4 weeks. If it was just a little tightness, a little soreness, and he can manage it over the next 2, 3, 4 days, he might have been out for 7 or 8 days, for 10 days, if he can manage it. But if it's gone, if it's torn, you're not coming back this tournament, I don't think.
Jeez, that's bad news. Let's have a look at their team and see if they'd make any changes in their squad tomorrow. There you go. They look pretty decent. They look pretty solid. Anything?
Patakal, maybe.
Maybe a look at Shamar Joseph?
Who's he come in for?
Naveen?
Yeah.
Naveen's been good.
He's the only foreign bowler, so that's why I took his name. Not saying he's been bad.
No,
but he's the only one he can come in for.
He's been decent for them, really. Look, DDP's struggled, really struggled badly. 25 runs in 5 innings.
Yeah.
Now
that's a fair crack. 5 games.
Yeah, 5 games a fair crack. But also look at him, and I think he's had 2 400-run seasons in this tournament.
Yeah.
He's played 63 games. He averages 25, batting in the top 3, and strikes at less than 130, I think, in his career. So it's a good sample size.
Yeah.
He hasn't really kicked on. Can they bring another Indian batter in? Is Stoinis doing enough? Can they bring another overseas bowler in and 2 Indian batters in? Priyank Mankad? Maybe could come in. He's more than useful. His numbers, actually, he hasn't played a lot of IPL games, but his numbers are decent. Are they getting enough out of Stoinis? Can they try Mayers?
Interesting. So, they have 1 or 2 things that they'd be concerned about, but they got runs out of Ayush Badoni down at the end the other day, and also from Arshad. So, they've got to figure that top out. So we'll know that tomorrow. If we look at jump straight into the Kolkata team, it's looking well-oiled, Gilly. It's a good squad.
There's one bit that's a bit squeaky.
Yeah.
It needs a little bit more oil applied to it, and he's world-class, and that's why he was top billing when the auction came about. But Mitchell Starc, just the 2 wickets, 3 other games wicketless.
Yeah.
Both those wickets were Australians, I think. So he's keeping it in the family, so to speak. But that's the glaring.
They are not dropping him.
I wouldn't think so. We were just talking about sample size or opportunity. 5 games seems to be the number where most teams and most commentators feel that's enough to
He's
look
had
at.
4.
So he's had 4.
And out of them, one was in Chennai on a pitch that was not helpful for quicks.
Yeah, I know.
And it's helpful when you're winning. As well.
It buys you more time.
It buys you a bit more time when you're winning as well. So, if they were to win again with him not having a great game, he'd keep going because he can win you a game. But he's going to have to start producing the goods at some stage for them to be genuine title contenders. I think they need him to start
Correct.
getting to grips with it fairly, quick, sooner rather than later.
So their most expensive buy, and their captain as well. They'd want their captain to check in and do a lot more. But if they're up there near the top without the captain and the most expensive player, then we're like good because they've got the class and pedigree to check in at some point in time. Player to watch out for from each team. Let's start with Lucknow.
Lucknow, well, I'll go DDP because he needs runs. If he doesn't get runs tomorrow, I think he's in danger of being left out of the side.
I thought you were dropping him for tomorrow.
Well, I'm just saying, I'll go with him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get runs tomorrow, he's gone. I'm taking away his privileges and his little pass to get in the ground.
Okay, great.
He can stay back at the hotel.
Devdutt Padikkar.
Taking away his pass.
Oh, his pass is gone. Yeah. Don't even need to get on the bus, mate.
Yeah, I thought the pick of the team or the pick your player to watch out for is actually encouraging. He's just put more pressure on him.
Throw him in jail, like Warney suggestion.
Reminds me of the Eddie Izzard skit, Cake or Death. Cake or Death. I've got to show you guys that, Cake or Death. Watch it after the show.
I'm keeping an eye on KL Rahul. All the discussion about this strike rate that goes on. Last match, he was well ahead of the game in strike rate, and I want to see him just build on that confidence and take a really commanding role in this team.
Excellent. I'm picking Nicholas Pooran because his duck of one ball is done now. So, yes, big score coming. That's it. That's all. You're getting the one duck from him. That's it. One solitary, lonely duck walking to the pond. From the Knight Riders.
Well, this tournament's throwing up star after star that we haven't seen a lot of, and Angrish Raghuvanshi is another one of those. Okay. I think is a terrifically talented young player. So,
nice. Raghuvanshi for you?
Yeah, I think you just touched on it. The captain.
Okay.
Needs to make a statement.
Yeah.
I think so. I think he'll, just a chance for him back at home. The home crowd there at Eden Gardens hasn't had cricket there for a little while now, given that it's been a while since their last game. That was in Chennai. So the atmosphere there, get out there in front of that home crowd and really lead from the front.
Excellent. Well, Gilly, as usual, being really sweet, so I'm going to go salt.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're getting late, isn't it?
You went there.
Yeah, well, that's terrible. Terrible. I think I should just leave. Should I just leave? Well, we have to talk about another game? Which one is that? Is that an important game to leave? What is it?
No.
It's not on the radar, is it?
Oh, we're only doing one game tomorrow, aren't we?
That's right, just the one game.
Yeah, just one.
Oh, it's Classico! There you go, Mumbai, Chennai. Top billing top billing. There's 10 trophies there. It's not too bad. It's not too shabby. There's 10 trophies. There's Chennai, the defending champions, who are just doing Chennai things. It almost seems like it's like $1 billion startup where when you go into the office, it seems like it's just one of those sleepy, it's like a post office in a village or something. So it doesn't seem like there's much happening, but $1 billion valuation. So that's the Chennai team. And yes, agreed, the surface they played on the previous game. This one is, this exactly the opposite?
Yeah.
Wankhede? Yeah.
Very much the
Fair to say?
Very much the opposite. I mean, they got the best of the conditions at Chennai against Kolkata. The ball was turning. I mean, we saw the deliveries at the end of the innings from the Fizz. I mean, they were turning like that. And then when Kolkata had to bowl, it was just skidding on, so it took their spinners out of the game. So they will have to bat really well in Mumbai. That's the key, because the runs have been flowing there. I mean, Mumbai could have got 240 the other night.
Chasing.
I mean, they chased it down in 15 point whatever overs it was. They could have got 240.
Yeah. Well, they scored just short of 240 the game before.
Yeah, game before, exactly. So it's a terrific wicket, great outfield, shortish boundaries. It's an awful place to be a bowler.
Yeah.
It's just an awful place to be a bowler. Unless your name's Boom Boom Boom.
Yeah, well, that's right. Throw him to Mars and he'll get the job done up there. So your description's right. It's about Chennai just being unassuming, just quiet operator compared to the Mumbai Indians. In the Australian team, we used to have the Julios and the Nerds.
Oh, nice.
Right? And so the Nerds sort of wore beige, had pretty straight brushed down hair, quiet operated, read books. The Julios, hair slicked back, bit of Brill cream, the spray on, the big collar, the shirt undone.
We need some names.
Well, Brett Lee was captain of the Julios.
Absolutely.
And I was captain of the Nerds. But that's it, isn't it? The Nerds and the Julios. Yeah. But as you say, they both have proven to be extremely effective across the history of this tournament.
Yeah.
And the anticipation around this game tomorrow is already building. Chennai have been in Mumbai for quite a number of days.
4 days or something.
Yeah, that's an early arrival, isn't it? And can't wait. Bring it on.
I think the day after they beat Kolkata, which was on the 8th, I think they flew on the 9th for a game.
You've got to get
that's on the
acclimatised
14th.
to the altitude. It's it's tough. It's tough coming to Mumbai.
That's true. Yeah, they're going East Coast to West Coast, right? Exactly. So they're going beach town east, hot, humid, beach town west, hot, humid.
Yeah.
Very different conditions. I mean, if you look at, we've talked about Mumbai and how they found that perfect 11. With Chennai, we say they never make any changes. So that's it, we're done. Yeah?
Done. Yeah, good.
No? All right, maybe we'll have a look at the
more?
Chennai team,
Okay.
right? We'll have a look. Just have a quick look there. Have a quick look because I'm looking at that and I'm saying, okay, their opening partnership traditionally, Dooley, has always been kind of that fire starter to their innings. And that hasn't happened for them this season.
I think Ravindra's, the jury's still out for me on him in T20 cricket. He had a decent start, couple of reasable scores, but he needs runs.
Great opportunity tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'd like the surface.
Perfect batting surface. He loves it there. Good opportunity for him. I just wonder whether they have got enough spin without Deekshana, whether they can bring Patirana back.
We don't know whether he's fully
Is he
fit yet.
fully fit or not?
If he's fit, they would get him in.
Yeah.
Then maybe play him in place of the Fizz and play Patirana?
No.
So Fizz and Patirana both play?
I think the Fizz has got a lot to offer. He's bowling as well as I've seen him bowl in a couple of years, to be honest. I think he's got a lot to offer. So, I'm thinking maybe for another spinner. They've got Ravindra as an option. They've obviously got Jadoo. So
two Ravindras are their spinning options.
So they've got two spin bowling options if they don't pick Deekshana.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if Patirana's fit, maybe he gets an opportunity. Outside of that, you don't really see them making many changes.
Yeah, and they barely ever do anyway. So it's just
can speculate all night there and come up with no result. But it's good to see the captain get some runs.
Yeah.
Last game, so that'll help build his confidence.
Yeah. Rituraj Gaikwad, just...
That's... As I deliver that, I thought, do I need to clarify who the captain is? But
just it's best to.
We had a C next to his name there.
Yeah, just till half the season, I think we're just going to tell people because I'll tell you what happens. For no other reason, it's just you say Captain Chennai and automatically your brain gives you a visual of MS Dhoni. Nobody is to blame. It's a factory setting now in your mind, right? So you just got to wipe that clean and start again.
What'll be interesting, though, before we move from them to the home team, a number of away games for them this year has been a wash of yellow, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Where it's always a trademark down there at Chepak, but to do it away, will they infiltrate the Wankhede?
No, I don't think so. They can do it in every stadium.
Yeah.
But it's tough to do it in Bangalore, maybe. It's almost close to impossible to do it in the Wankhede.
What happens here is the security wait outside the gate, and if you've got a yellow shirt on, they actually don't let you in. They take it off you and give you a blue one for free. So a lot of people turn up in a yellow shirt just to get a free Mumbai shirt. They take. It's brilliant. It's a great. If you're out there and you go into the game tomorrow, just put a Chennai shirt on because at the gate you will get a free Mumbai shirt. I'm telling you, they give them away. If you've got a yellow one on, they give them away.
And listen, don't leave your Chennai shirt there. Put the Mumbai shirt on over the Chennai shirt. So you have two shirts.
Two shirts.
It's happy hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. And if it doesn't work, I'll give you Simon Doull's phone number at the end of this. And you can call him and he'll get you a Mumbai shirt. All right, let's have a look at the actual players who will be wearing the Mumbai shirts on the ground tomorrow. And this is a good 11. We've been talking about this, Gilly. They seem to have 3 games in, and they seem to get that 11 right somehow, didn't they?
Yes, they've a couple of little injuries here and there. Romario Shepherd coming in and having the impact he has. Of course, Sky, who missed out, having missed a few games, and then
got a duck, coming in.
Absolutely closed that game out with such authority. That was brilliant to watch. Kutsia has been a little bit expensive. I'm trying to look down the list there. Is there any option?
Nuwan Tushara.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did get 4 wickets in the game before this one.
Yeah, but a little bit, I think, just expensive a little bit. But yeah, again, if you start winning, it's amazing how much what a win can bring. As I said last night, it brings happiness for a few days, but it allows a little bit of consistency in selection.
Yeah, so their team looks like they're going to go in with this team as well, right?
Yeah, I don't see any changes.
Yeah.
Shreyas Gopal was good the other night. They've got an option of Tilak Varma, Tim David to bowl a little bit of filthy off-spin, as I might call it. If they need to. Tilak Varma's a little bit better, but I mean, they can both bowl a little bit if they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got to get rid of an over, wicket falls, fire one over in just to give you some other options in and around that back end. If if a couple of the Chennai left-handers are out there, nothing wrong with that.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a solid game. You see where these two teams are on the points table. Mumbai, of course, have got the 2 wins in the previous 2 games, so they're up at 4. And if you think about it, Chennai is not that much ahead of them. It's just one game. So this middle muddle of mine is turning out to be pretty much the entire points table.
Well, a Mumbai win tomorrow, 6-3, and 6-3 gives them and Chennai 6-3.
Yeah.
A Lucknow win tomorrow gives them 6-4.
Lucknow win tomorrow would give them 8 points in.
Played
8 points in 6.
Played 6, won 4.
Yeah.
So it would keep that middle muddle going, basically. If Mumbai do get the win tomorrow, you got another team on 6 points and just sort of makes that table quite congested.
Yeah, it is quite congested, as the streets of Mumbai are going to be tomorrow, because that's where the game is happening, and you can tell with Mumbai and Chennai fans, if they all could get a ticket, there'd be like 1 million people there. But there's going to be about 50,000. All right, Simon Doull deserves some applause. He got his guest today, correct? Yeah, thanks to some indifferent batting by Rajasthan in the power play.
There was no skill involved from him.
Oh, hey.
43.
Well done.
43 is just, that's a poor power play, man. But fair game, you got it right, which means that you move up the points table. And I, after my 2 wins yesterday, have slipped down from 33.33 to 31.57. So I'm still in the top 3. But
I'm still ahead of Sean Pollock and Pommy.
Yeah,
you are.
Well. You're going good.
Long may that continue.
Going good.
Lock them out of the building for the whole tournament.
Look at you, Dooley. You've come up to 20. You got the 2 bullseyes.
Yeah, 2 bullseyes, mate. Yeah, I've got 2 now. But so for a few days I was in Division 1, but I've jumped back to Premier League now. So I'm very, very happy with that.
Yeah, it's good. You're at 25%, so that's good. As usual, Manoj Tiwari is just sitting at home and sitting on 33.33, and he's not getting disturbed. He's coming tomorrow, isn't he? He's on the Hindi show tomorrow. He's going to get 4 wrong and slip below me. It's a prophecy.
Yeah, big moving day tomorrow, isn't it?
It's a big one tomorrow.
4 up for grabs.
Oof.
Yeah, and there's the 3 of us.
Yeah.
And there's Manish, and there's Rohan and Manoj. So this big moving day tomorrow. This big. English and Hindi, Cricbuzz Live. It's a big day tomorrow. All right, the Joy Factor question and answer, the last bit of paperwork we have to do before we close it out tonight. If in a particular list, Graham Rose is at 4, Corey Anderson at 3, A.B. de Villiers at 2, which cricket is at number 1 on the list? Any guesses? Any guesses? None?
Shahid Afridi.
Good guess.
No idea where we're going here.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Jake Fraser McGurk, list of fastest List A centuries, 29 balls.
29.
Now you're
Who
seeing...
was second, AB?
Yeah, AB second,
AB,
Corey Anderson.
Anderson. Yeah.
And Graham Rose.
And Graham Rose is 4. It's interesting though. Are you getting the pattern here? He goes contextually because
Because of what happened last night.
Yeah, Jake Fraser McGurk was good yesterday, so he's got a question.
More often than not, it's either something to do with the team playing that day or something about that team. Not often does he go way off the
but
radar.
it was like the biggest talking point of yesterday. So he was probably
So not often he veers away from today's news or yesterday's.
last night, yeah.
Like yesterday's question, before I read it, I said the answer is going to be Adam Gilchrist, and it was half the answer. It was Adam Gilchrist and VVS Lakshman. I thought Joy would have a welcome question for Gilly, and he did. Joy, I see you, Joy. I see you. We have the correct answer that came in from a lot of people. Who do we have first? Let's have a look. It is from Nikhil Gopal Krishna. So congratulations to you, Nikhil Gopal Krishna. Well, geez, that's business, yeah? Looking forward to a big day tomorrow on Cricbuzz Live. We're going to be here at 3 o'clock, so do join us then. A big thank you to Simon Doull and Adam Gilchrist. Thank you, gents.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
Enjoyed.
Let's go home, sleep 20 minutes and come right back. Gotta pick it up, pick it up. I'm Gaurav Kapur. Thank you for watching. Good night.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दें